Hello, my airborne aware peeps. I have good news and I have bad news when it comes to personal portable air purifiers. I am leaving some room here to the side to show you some images and some video as I talk about my recommendations when it comes to personal portable air purifiers. So, the bad news is the options that I would feel comfortable recommending in a situation where you need to unmask to eat or drink, dentist office, medical appointment, that sort of thing. Those options are pricey. There's just no way around it. The other bad news is a lot of the popular sort of devices that you see in the COVID conscious community are not all that effective, and I'll show them here. These are not devices that I would recommend. I'll get into why that is, but essentially, their clean air output is not something that I would feel comfortable betting my health on. I will say that the things that I see online when people are talking about these devices, they're saying things like, I feel safer, I feel more protected with these devices. But the data in terms of their efficacy doesn't leave me feeling confident. eh, Like, yeah, it's just not a device. These are not devices that I would recommend. So let's get into the ones that I do recommend. Essentially, we have two options at the moment. The Air Fonta for Light. I am a Air Fonta affiliate. I do want to say that my recommendation is not hinged on the fact that I'm an affiliate. I believe in the products so strongly. I trust the science behind it, and I will share that science with you. I'll link to it in my link tree as well so that you can come to your own conclusions. Um, I recommend the Air Fonta for Light, and I also recommend the Clean Air Kits Acceleron. I'll show you a video, the intention behind that. They tell you on their website the recommended room size and like use cases for this device. Just going to let the video play a little bit. There is a third option which isn't as accessible. I came across a clean air researcher, a data analyst who has an interest in clean air, and he created his own air purifier. In order to recreate it, though, you would need access to a 3D printer. And I realize not everyone has access to that. So it's not one that I'm like shouting about from the rooftops and like recommending people get. And I also recognize that all three of these options are somewhat expensive, like depending on your budget. So the Air Fonta for Light is $200 at the moment. It is made in China, so tariffs will impact the price once the current supply in the United States is sold out. And then you have the Clean Air Kits Acceleron, which is $275 before taxes and all that stuff. So, yeah, these are expensive devices, and if you have been keeping up or feel like you're a part of the COVID competent community, you've already recognized that income really impacts your exposure to COVID, the level of mitigations that you can afford. Like, this isn't anything new. If you live in the United States, if you live in the imperial core, you already know that income has a huge um, impact on your health and your access to health tools. I don't want this video to get too long, but I do want to show a video from the Twitter account Fit Test the Planet. And this person tested the Smart Air QT3. That one should be on the far left. In the middle is Ederic Ugadens. He's the researcher that I had talked about who built his own air purifier. His is in the middle and has the highest output of the clean air. And then you have the Air Fanta for light on the right. And as you can see, there is a lot of variance in terms of how much clean air these machines, these purifiers are putting out. I wanted to share this information because I don't want people wasting their money or having false hope about a device and potentially putting themselves at risk by relying on some of these devices that I just don't feel live up to the hype. When I have shared this information with other people, they say in regards to the QT3, it's better than nothing. And like, sure, but if you look at this video, I don't, I personally would not feel comfortable taking off my mask for like with a sip of water to eat, if I'm relying solely on this device. No. To me, it's no different than me just taking off my mask to drink and eat in a mixed environment where there are no air purifiers, no one else is masking. And like, I've had to do that on occasion. So far, it hasn't resulted in an infection, but now that I'm aware of tools that can help me decrease my risk, because again, these are not foolproof devices. They're just another layer of mitigation or a layer of mitigation. The mask is still hands down baseline level of protection. It's basically an air filter for your face. It does it instantly. You're not having to wait on a room air purifier to clean the air a number of times. It's instant. Let me know your thoughts. I will make the data available in my link tree in a document. It'll link to uh, various data points that I have come across. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.